Hi all. From the moment Donald Trump has won the US elections, we have been listening quite a lot regarding this tariff hikes and all. And even recently also he has tweeted regarding this new agency which is gonna start from Jan 20, External Revenue Service. In US, already there is something called Internal Revenue Service, which is an agency which look after the tax collection administration within the US. So now he's saying like this is new agency, external revenue service is gonna focus on taxes on foreign sources. Taxes on foreign sources. You could see here external revenue service. Donald Trump now wants to create a new agency to collect revenue from foreign sources. So my question is, can he really collect taxes from foreign sources? So considering from US perspective, collecting taxes from foreign sources now he has to collect from India, Canada, China, Japan, or like such foreign countries or from the foreign citizens. So can he collect taxes from us? That's what my question. Can he collect taxes from us? So we are the foreigners to USA. So can he collect taxes from us? That's a question now. So how can he collect that? Okay, is it possible? That's what we need to understand. So you could see the Trump criticized Internal Revenue Service and claimed Americans have been taxed unfairly. Americans have been taxed unfairly for too long. And he promised like once he brings this ERS, it would bring operations from Jan 20, and it's gonna collect taxes from foreign sources. Okay, so now before explaining it, I need to tell you two terminologies. One is like what is called tariff. Tariff is nothing but the rate of tax. Tariff is nothing but the rate of tax on import. So now what is called import? Let's say I bought a car or camera or something from China and brought that good to India. So from outside India, if I'm bringing something to India, that is called as import. An import, every government, every country will levy some taxes which are nothing but the import tariffs. Import tariffs, nothing but import rates. Let's say I imported a laptop for 1 lakh from China. On that, Indian customs is 20%. So that Indian tariff is 20%. So on 1 lakh, if you levy 20%, the tax is 20,000. Okay, you understood, right? Now tariff is nothing but the tax rate on import. Okay, so now we're gonna understand. He's saying like external revenue source will collect taxes from foreign sources, and he is even saying like he's gonna increase the tariffs. He's gonna increase the tariffs on imports. So now let us link both of them and understand what actually is gonna happen. Okay, so look at this example with the usual tariffs and with the hiked tariffs. Let's say a US person is importing a car from China. The price at which the Chinese manufacturer is going to sell is for 20,000 in China. So which is nothing but the China related FOB price, 20,000, 20,000 with increased tariff or with the normal tariff. And from China to USA, there will be some shipping cost, even the insurance and freight, add that 5,000 as well. So you're getting the import price in US for 25,000. Import price in US for 25,000. Now there is the current, assume the current rate is 10%. With the hike, it will go to 40%. So now in the present scenario, the tax is 2,500. With increase, it is 10,000. So overall, the US person, the American citizen, will get the car at a price of 27,500. Now with increased tariffs, it will go to 35,000. So now you need to understand the price of the car is actually increasing, which leads to inflation. So thing you should understand is at least the 2,500 to 10,000 there is a tax hike. Will the tax is collected from the Chinese manufacturer? No. Then what's the point? You should understand, sir, that tax on imports has to be paid by importer only. So if an American is importing car from China, he is the one who has to pay the tax. The 2,500 in the current scenario also has to be paid by the US citizen. In the increased scenario, the 10,000 also has to be paid by the American only. So there is no tax being collected from foreigner. Will it impact Chinese manufacturer? Actually, in this perspective, no, because he's selling for 20,000 even now, even with the increased tariff. Whatever the profit he earns, that is there in the 20,000 only. So he is not going to compromise anything there. So the increase of tariff is actually the burden on American only. So but then what benefit is gonna get? It gonna increase inflation, the benefit, the cost of the burden of tax is on American citizens only. What benefit? Okay. So first thing, sir, there is a revenue jump in US government. Revenue will is gonna increase. You could see how he is gonna increase the tariff rates also on imports. Okay. But how it's gonna benefit? Sir, this we could understand with this long-term example. Okay. Sir, in the previous example also, you could see with the hiked tariffs, the price to American consumer is what? 35,000 if he imports a car from China. Let's say, see here also you could see the car price 20,000, on that ultimately is getting it for what? 35,000. But if it is the car manufactured in USA, for comparison only I have taken two companies which were into EV segment. The BYD car is also into EV segment, which is from China. Tesla is also an EV car, which is from USA. The car prices in USA, which were produced in USA, are little high because there the service cost, the facilitation cost, everything is little high now. So you could see the manufacturing cost in China 20, whereas in USA 26,000. But the freight cost will come down because China to US it has to come. Since it is a US manufactured only, so there is no hike and all. So it's 5,000, it is 3,000. So the ultimate selling prices in USA has come to 25,000 if it is a Chinese car, 29,000 if it is an US car. But now you could see there is a price tariff hikes within the local manufactured cars within US. They're gonna levy the normal taxes only 10%, 2,900. If it is imported from China, they are gonna increase it 40%. So now the ultimate price has come to 35,000 if it is from China. If it is locally manufactured, it is only 31,900. So what happens now? The consumer will shift on buying the imported goods, shift from buying the imported goods to buying the local indigenous goods. So which will in long run, it will strengthen the US manufacturing companies. Their revenues will grow, their economy will grow much more stronger because the money which the Americans are spending only on their American companies. But are there any negative impacts for it? Yes, there are adverse impacts for it also, but we cannot count the magnitude of those adverse impacts. Okay, so to have a quick summary of whatever we have discussed, the increase in tariffs increase the government revenue, but it's nowhere collecting the taxes from foreign sources. The burden is on Americans only. Next, will it anyhow benefit? Because already there is going to be inflation. Yes, it's going to benefit. How? Because of this, the US companies will strengthen, because instead of relying on the foreign companies, foreign brands, the Americans will move to buy vehicles or goods from the US manufacturers only. But still it has adverse impacts. There is $1,000,000 questions regarding this. Will it gonna really benefit it, or else it's simply a marketing game like that? It's being debated actually. But one thing I want to tell, even in our Indian customs also it was there that to protect domestic industries will be levying some taxes, high tariffs on the imported goods to protect domestic industries. But that should be in such a way like it should maintain fair competition. Otherwise also the economy will collapse. Okay, so that's why so many people are debating regarding this, will it's gonna benefit or not. Okay, so directly you should understand one point. Directly Donald Trump cannot collect taxes from foreign sources. He is levying taxes on Americans only, but ultimately he'll get benefit like his companies, I mean the US companies will go stronger. Thank you. Thanks for listening. This is Manideep. I'll be coming up with so many interesting videos in the coming future as well. Subscribe to BCCA channel.